Good day, jailbirds. I'm here with a SummerSlam edition. I'll have to admit that I didn't watch SmackDown or Raw this week. I can't watch it every week. You'll warp the brain and make you go crazy sometimes when you watch the WWE every week and how they do their things. But anyways, I feel confident that I can talk about SummerSlam, and give you the predictions on who I think was going to win and what's going to happen this Sunday. But if you're wondering why you should listen to me, since I didn't watch wrestling this week, it's because I flip tables. Alright, so after we get flipped the table, you gotta get warmed up, you gotta be hyped. But first, I want to talk a little bit about NXT TakeOver Saturday. If you do not watch NXT, get somebody who has the network, watch NXT TakeOver. You will not just be disappointed. Normally, the NXT TakeOver often are are better than the actual pay-per-views on WWE. Two matches that I'm looking forward to is probably the Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim, because I figured this is going to be Shayna Baszler's last takeover, and I'm wondering if they're going to have her win or if they'll have her lose. I'm thinking they're going to have her win. And the other one is going to be Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. That's going to be probably a main event, and it's for the NXT title, and that should be a very good match. Their past matches have been great, and this one should be any better. It's going to be a best 2 out of 3, I believe, and with each match having different stipulations. So, if you have a chance, I would suggest watching NXT TakeOver this Saturday. Alright, let's go to SummerSlam and some of the predictions. I got my phone here out so I can go through these matches. And the website I'm using is Wrestling Inc. because I think they got some of these matches wrong. Anyways, as we're going through here, I'll give you my thoughts. The first one they got down here is Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg. This is going to be a short match. It's probably going to be crushed. Poor Dolph Ziggler is probably going to get beaten probably the first minute. So I'm thinking Goldberg is going to win. If this match goes past 3 minutes, then Dolph Ziggler is going to win. But it's not going to last that long, and Goldberg's going to win. Personally, I don't know if I like these WWE or these wrestling legends coming on for one show, because it kind of takes away spots from the current roster. And let's face it, Goldberg. No offense to Goldberg, I don't want to meet him in a dark alley or anything, but he's kind of past his prime. If I want to see a Goldberg match, I would go to the network and watch a match that he did about 20 years ago. And then seeing him face Dolph Ziggler, I mean, I don't really care to see that. Next one I have on here is Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor is going to lose. Bray Wyatt's going to come out, probably going to come out as the Fiend. And I'm interested to see in this one because I want to see how this new character he's portraying going to act inside the ring on an actual match. I think once he beats Finn Balor, I think Finn Balor's going to go away for a while, because that's just the rumors I've been hearing that he's wanting to get some rest. So I'm interested if this is going to be the Fiend versus the Demon Balor. I think that would be a great match. If it is the Demon Balor and the Demon Balor loses, it'll probably be the end of Finn Balor in WWE, I think. That's my personal opinion. If Finn Balor comes out just as normal Finn Balor, which wouldn't make any sense. But if he does and he loses, it just means he's going to go away for a while, just like a little vacation or something. And then when he comes back, it'd be nice to see these two go out as a rivalry, and maybe we'll see if the Fiend versus the Demon Balor. But if it's the Fiend versus the Demon Balor this Sunday, that's going to be great. And but I still think either way, Bray Wyatt's going to win that match. Then we got Roman Reigns. On here, we got TBA, but I'm pretty sure it's probably against the Rowan, if I'm saying his name right. And Roman Reigns is going to win this one. But I'm hoping they'll win in a DQ, a disqualification or something. And maybe they can get this little rivalry going a little bit. I think that would be a good rivalry for the long stretch. And then we're going for Trish Stratus versus Charlotte. Still, another legend coming back. I love Trish Stratus. 20 years ago when she was wrestling, my wife and I would love watching her. It's good to see her come back, but I wish we would do it better. They could have done this better, maybe had her come back sooner, like maybe sometime after WrestleMania, and they can have some kind of have her apart time. They can form this rivalry a little bit better than throwing it all together in 1 week or 2 weeks. I think Charlotte will win. I mean, it doesn't do any good to have Trish Stratus beat Charlotte. Charlotte's supposedly if not your best wrestler on the roster, female wrestler on the roster, at least the top 2 or 3. To have her get beat by Trish Stratus, I mean, what does that say about your current roster, really? Now, if Trish Stratus is going to come back and wrestle full time, maybe it's a different story. But I think it's going to be Charlotte, and it should be Charlotte. Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens. If Owens loses, he has to quit the WWE. This is easy. I think Kevin Owens is going to win this match. And then the worst thing that can happen to Kevin Owens is that there's a disqualification. I don't think there's any way he's losing. Personally, I think it's going to be a good match. It's not going to be anything special. Shane McMahon will probably do his spots, when he jumps into the announce table, does his coast-to-coast thing, and such like that. But I think Kevin Owens is going to win because they're trying to build him up right now, and I like Kevin Owens, personally. Then we got the WWS Championship, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. This is a match I'm really looking forward to. I love AJ Styles, and I love what Ricochet does in the ring. AJ Styles is probably one of my favorite wrestlers to get on the roster right now. I think AJ Styles will win this match just because I think he brings more to the championship right now than Ricochet does. But I think it's going to be a close match. There'll probably be some shenanigans on AJ Styles' part and his 2 goons that will be outside the ring. They'll cost Ricochet the title shot, and maybe a month or 2 down the line, maybe Ricochet will win, or maybe they'll have Ricochet go off into another rivalry thing after this. But I definitely think AJ Styles will win this match. Then we got Bayley versus Ember Moon, which I think this will be a good match too. I love Ember Moon and what she does in the ring, and Bayley. I think Bayley's going to win. It should be a decent match at least, pretty good. Both of these ladies can do some marvelous things in the ring, and it should be pretty good. But I give Bayley the win. Becky Lynch versus Natalya. This is a submission match. I would say that, okay, I kind of got 2 ideas here. First off is I think Becky Lynch will win if there's no interference. Okay, I know, and I'll explain more, but I think Becky Lynch is going to win this. She's hotter. She brings more to the table with the belt on. I don't really think the fans. I mean, it's going to be in Toronto, so a lot of people are going to like Natalya because she's from Canada. But in general, I don't think there's going to be much hype. I don't think Natalya will bring much more hype to the Women's Championship if she had the belt. However, if Ronda Rousey comes back and makes an appearance, this will be the great time for her to do it. I kind of have a feeling that this might happen. Some of her YouTube videos, she's talking about how she wants to get back into the ring. She kind of misses it. And that brings me into Shayna Baszler. Why Shayna Baszler's might be her last weekend in NXT. You'll bring in her because they're Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey are friends. And you bring in the other 2 ladies whose names escape me right now, and I don't want to stop and think about who they are. But then you'll have those 4 horsewomen, and then you can have them against the other 4. The question would be, would Ronda Rousey help Natalya? I would prefer that Becky Lynch wins, and then maybe Ronda Rousey jumps in and beats her up or something like that. So I would not be surprised if Ronda Rousey comes in. I still think Becky Lynch is going to win this. Then we got the WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. This one I'm kind of undecided, but I'm going to go with Kofi Kingston, I think. He's going to win. He's doing pretty good to me as a champion. Though his hype as champion for me is starting to be weary a little bit. I don't know. They haven't really done very good rivalries with him. Not as good as they did when AJ Styles was champion. But I still think Kofi Kingston will win. I think he'll hold on to the belt for a little longer. I don't know how much longer. This is SummerSlam. I don't know what pay-per-view they'll have him drop it at. Then we have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. I think this is Brock Lesnar will win. He'll probably hold on to the belt to probably WrestleMania like he always does. It'll be a pretty good match. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Brock Lesnar. Kind of like Seth Rollins. But yeah, so that's my predictions for SummerSlam. Leave a comment. Let me know if what you do agree, what you don't agree with. If you are hyped to see this pay-per-view. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe if you like what you're seeing today. And I'll talk to you later. Sayonara.